Hi, is everybody here today for the presentation?
Yes.
1,
2,
3,
4, 5, 6.
Hi, my name is Kim Vasquez, and today I'm going to show you guys how to make a boutique style tutu at a fraction of cost. We always go to these boutiques and we see these beautiful tutus, but they usually run between $25 and $45 depending on the particular tutu that you want. So today I'm going to show you how to do that. I'll have the list of materials right here so you guys can write them down, but I'll also tell you what you're going to need. You're going to need either a ruler or a tape measure. You're going to need scissors. You're going to need any tool of your choice, and they vary in prices depending on the color and the type. Something with a little bit of embellishment is going to run you a little bit more than something that's plain. And you can always look at your craft stores; they'll always have in their ads. They might always have sales and stuff. For just a plain colored tool, it's 25 yards for $2.99. And then, like I said, for this was $2.99, but for this embellished tool that has sparkles on it, but it was only for 10 yards. The other thing that you're going to need is an elastic band, and then you're going to need a needle and thread, or you can use a stapler, or if you just choose to tie the elastic, then you wouldn't need anything. And then any embellishments that you might want. Embellishments can be anything from flowers to little jewels that I have right here, ribbons and bows. And depending on the type of embellishment that you're going to be using, you might either need hot glue or fabric glue to put it onto your tutu. If you're going to be working with small children, I'd recommend that you use the fabric glue, just because the hot glue gun, the glue does get really hot and it can burn them. The elastic band for a 2 to 4 year old, and it varies depending on each child. For a 2 to 4 year old, you're going to want the elastic band to be about 23 inches. That works for my 2-year-old, but if you have your child with you or the person with you that you want to measure, you just go ahead and measure around their waist, because everybody's different. Make sure that when you do it that you don't make it too tight. You don't want it to pull too much. You just want it to kind of have the elastic so when they're getting it over their knees, it can kind of give some give, but not too tight. When you do your elastic band, like I said, you can either staple it or you can tie it. I've chosen to sew mine, and the reason why is because sometimes with the staples, if the tool comes away from the band a little bit, the staples will scrape up their back and irritate them, or if it's tied, then it runs the risk of them playing too rough and it coming apart, and then the whole skirt coming apart. So that's why I like to sew. For the tool, make sure that you have all your tool cut out. For the particular skirt that I made, I wanted it to be really nice and full, so I used 25 yards. A total of 50 yards. So I used 2 spools of red tulle that they both had 25 yards on them. And it was actually just shy of 25 yards. For my daughter, it worked out for me to do a 27 inches of tulle, but depending on your child, you might want to make it shorter or longer, depending if you're making a different style tutu, you might want to make it shorter or longer. And how you're going to take that measurement is you're going to take it down from their belly button, and you're going to take it down to 1 inch above their knee, and say that your child is 10 inches in length, then you're going to go ahead and double that. I know it sounds like a lot to make it 20, but we're going to cut it in half, or it's going to be tied, and so it's going to be tied in half, so it's not going to be that long. This was the tutu that, what you're going to do is after you have all the tulle cut out to the right length, you're going to grab, here's one I have started right here, you're going to grab the tulle and run it right inside to the halfway point. And if it's not perfectly even, don't worry about it, because at the end you can just cut everything to make it more even. There's a lot of room for error, so that's why it's fun for kids to do it, because there's really no mistake. And if you mess up, just untie it and do it again. So you're going to do 1 knot, just like this, and then you're going to do another knot. Not too tight, because you don't want the elastic to gather too much. So then you're going to bring the knot to the end of the elastic, and then push it down. The closer together that your knots are, the more full the tutu will be. And so you just keep doing this. It's very simple until you've completely filled the tutu. And then this is one that I have finished. I chose to embellish mine with ribbon. My daughter likes Minnie Mouse, and so one of the websites I like to go to get ideas on how to make creative tutus is I like to go to etsy.com, and that's etsy.com. Another website that I like to go to is mudpie.com, and the other website that I like to go to is allabouttots.com. And I have them listed here, but I also have them on these cards, so when you guys leave today, if you want, you can go ahead and take those with you. On there, they're actually people who've made the tutus and they have them for sale. This Minnie Mouse tutu would have costed me about $30 if I would have bought it from off of Etsy.com. But a total cost was, for me to make this, was $12 because it was only $2.99 for the ribbon, so I needed 2 spools of ribbon, $4 for this ribbon, and then the elastic was $2, and I had enough left over to do another skirt. So it came out to $12. So as you can see, it's a big savings if you were to make this yourself versus buying it at a boutique or online. Is there anybody who has any questions?
I do.
I do too.
I like to go first. How would you care for the tutu? Do you wash it, not wash it?
I wouldn't suggest washing it, and that's the great thing about this tutu being so inexpensive to make. Because if I were to buy this tutu online, it would cost me $30. I wouldn't want my daughter to go outside and run and have fun in it, and girls are going to want to play in their little tutus. This was a tutu that I had made for her. This one is a lot shorter, so it only costed me like $10 to make it. But as you can see, she got her wear and tear out of it. So what you can do is you can take it apart. This had a bow on it. I took the bow off and I made another barrette out of it. And then I can just take the tool that's on here that's kind of frayed and use it to make something else and use the elastic. Here's some pictures I also have right here of different colors and ideas. So if you guys want to take a look afterwards, you guys are more than welcome to. Anybody else have any more questions?
About how long does it take to make a tutu?
If you have everything laid out and all the tools in front of you, it shouldn't take you more than 25 to 30 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. What are some of the ways you can use the tutu in one-on-one?
Okay. Well, not everybody has children that they want to make a tutu for. If you wanted to make this for a pet, you could. You would just measure around their neck and it'd make a really cute collar. Make it shorter, depending on what size dog you have, and it makes a nice little full mane collar. If you wanted to change this particular one up, the things that I would do to it is maybe for 4th of July is coming up, I would add some white tulle in there and some blue tulle, and it would be red, white, and blue. Another thing that you can do is for Christmas time, you just get some dollar ribbon. This was dollar ribbon that I ended up getting at the bargain bin, and you just tie it up there, and you'll have green ribbon, and it looks really Christmassy, and it's a really great, just an extra dollar that you add to it to make a little center helper tutu. So thank you guys very much.
Thank you.